We're here at Union Station in Washington, D.C., about to start a march to the Democratic National Committee on the day before Election Day to send them a message that they have lost the climate vote, that the policies that they've been putting forward, the all-of-the-above energy strategy, fracked gas, increased nuclear, offshore oil, tar sands in Utah, and pipelines everywhere, and oil trains everywhere, that this is an infrastructure that's not consistent with really being concerned about climate change.
Democratic Party. We need a party that actually puts people above profit, that puts our children's future above the fossil fuel industry.
We want democracy, not government run by industry.
We want democracy,
Not government owned by industry.
We want solar and wind instead. We want solar and wind instead. We want solar by industry. We want democracy, not government owned by industry.
at the Democratic National Headquarters on the day before the election because the Democrats are not acting on the climate crisis. They are more and more being corrupted by the oil and gas industry. We see this at the state level. We see this at the federal level. Energy policy adopted by the Democrats is killing families. And today we have some people who have either experienced this directly or who have marched across the country and met these families and brought their stories. So I would like to invite anybody who would like to come up and share either their personal experience or the story that they brought with them across the country. Either Jeanette from Washington State. Thank you.
Well, we are fighting the fracking and the oil cars that come.
There's a lot of Pennsylvanians that are interested in what we're doing here this week, but they're sort of preoccupied. They've got a gubernatorial race where we don't really have a choice at all. We have a Democratic candidate who's supposed to win this thing, who's taking money from the coal industry or gas industry. We've got a Republican governor that's proven that he's in bed with the gas industry, and we've got a long legacy of exploitation. We've got coal. We've got the first place that commercial oil well was drilled.
If they continue to sell out our interests, our future, our health, we're going to call them out for it. And we're going to go wherever they go.
When I reached the Ohio-Pennsylvania border, I realized I had to go home. And I went home early because the Federal Energy Regulatory Commission, which we shut down today for a part of the day, they approved the methane storage project parts of the Seneca Lake gas storage facility. One story that I'll never forget and will always be in my heart is when we traveled to southeast Chicago after having a very successful rally in Chicago. And when we got down to southeast Chicago into a low-income minority community, we came across a community that was being affected by petroleum coke storage facilities. And to call them storage facilities is honestly giving them too much credit because they were stored out in open air. And so every time the wind blew, the pet coke dust would be blown either into the river or into the community. And so the Little League games in this community were regularly canceled because the children
And I just got done with my march across the country. Thank you very much for climate action. I love you! I remember when we were in southeast Chicago, we went to go speak to a man who lived next to the pet coke piles. We later took a bunch of pet coke to share with all of our friends what it looks like. But this man had an American flag standing behind him as he told us about the sickness in his family. Cancer, asthma, brain issues, all sorts of problems, and this flag was blackened. The black stars of the U.S. of A. blackened.
So we have the Democrats in bed with Texaco, Exxon, Chevron, BP, the FERC. We have Hillary Clinton, who went to Romania to defend Chevron's interest against the community that was trying to stop them from fracking their land. We have next to her Governor Martin O'Malley, who has settled on Cove Point.
Fell asleep at the hearing.
Liquefied gas that's going to be exported out of Maryland, and also trying to build the nation's largest trash incinerator a mile from a high school that has terrible air quality.
So we have to
National Policy Director, Political Director, Raul Oliveira. Is that right? Oliveira? Oliveira. Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
The actions taken by the Democratic Party to address the climate crisis have not only been inadequate, they have been counterproductive. We are writing to let you know that Democratic Party candidates should not count on the support of Americans who recognize the urgent need to put in place effective solutions to the climate crisis. The Democratic Party's support for the dirty energy industry's all-of-the-above energy strategy, mislabeling fracked gas and nuclear energy as bridges to a clean energy economy, and the increased export of dirty fuels have directly caused greater greenhouse gas emissions, as well as harm to public health, the environment. We're here to let you know that we're going to try something else. We're going to try getting in your way. And if you put people like Hillary Clinton that are fracking champions on the ballot, we will get in your way. Yes. And you can no longer count.
Yes, get the message, 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 get the message.
We're here to tell you, you can't take us for granted anymore. You have to choose. You have to choose between the profits of the fossil fuel industry and our communities. You have to let us know which side you're on, and please take that message to the rest of the Democratic Party. We're here the day before Election Day to make it clear that we will stand in your way if you continue to choose the side of the fossil fuel industry over our lives and our future.
Yes.
These people, we are all serious about this. We just had the most recent report from the UN. The time is now. And this because too many Democrats are in bed with the industry, the oil and gas industry and the nuclear industry. So we want to present to you these pillows that are designed for some of your worst climate criminals.
This is for you.
The chairman of the Energy Committee, Mary Landrieu. This is for you to pass on to your leading candidate, Hillary Clinton, the fracker-in-chief.
We don't know if she's going to be here.
Your leading candidate, John Hickenlooper, who's ignored votes in Colorado that want fracking out of their community. He's ignored them. He's overturned them and forced, fracking when they say no fracking. That one's for you. We have one more, I think, don't we? Is that it? Here's the last one.
Thank you for taking them. Thank you.
And we have Andrew Cuomo. Boy, he's been a headache, hasn't he, for your party? What's going on in New York? His administration is forcing the editing of documents to try to hide the damage caused by fracking. He's quietly pushing forward fracking while saying there's a moratorium. Fracking is unacceptable. We do not want any more oil, gas infrastructure. It's time to stop building infrastructure for oil and gas. We have to keep that oil and gas in the ground if we're going to save the planet.
I have your letter here, and I'll make sure we get it to the folks that we need to get it to. And don't forget, even though we might not be all aligned in the same thoughts, and the party has a big tent, but make sure you do go vote tomorrow for folks.
We want somebody to vote for or support.
Not for polluting Democrats.
We're not just going to vote for Democrats. Send that message, Tom Wolf. Thanks for coming out.
We don't want words, we want change.
We want infrastructure for a clean climate. New infrastructure.
Which side are you on? Which side are you on?